Welcome, my dear viewers, and thank you for joining me today. Your continued engagement and thoughtful attention are both deeply appreciated, and I am truly grateful for the opportunity to share this profound conversation with you. Together, we are about to explore one of the most enduring and universal questions of human existence: does God really exist? This question has fueled countless debates, inspired philosophical treatises, and served as the foundation of spiritual journeys across all cultures and eras. It is a topic as profound as it is personal, touching on the very essence of who we are and our place in the universe. My hope today is not to impose answers but to invite you into a reflective journey, one that combines reason, faith, and personal introspection. Last week, I had the pleasure of dining with a diverse group of individuals: a fundamentalist Christian, a Jew, an agnostic, an atheist, a New Thought Christian, and myself. The evening concluded with an enthralling discussion on the existence of God. While we didn't definitively resolve the issue, nor could we expect to, the richness of the conversation was a testament to the complexity of the question. What struck me most was the sincerity and critical thought each individual brought to the table. From the firm convictions of the fundamentalist Christian to the measured skepticism of the atheist, each perspective reflected years of introspection and life experiences. It was a powerful reminder that this question is not just theoretical but deeply personal, shaped by culture, upbringing, and our search for meaning. 3 traditional arguments for God's existence. To ground our discussion, let's explore 3 classical arguments often presented as evidence of God's existence. Each has its strengths and limitations, and understanding them can deepen our engagement with this profound question. From the conversation we had, I came to understand the following. 1. Natural theology. The argument from the unknown. This argument posits that the existence of the universe, with all its intricacies and mysteries, points to a supernatural creator. The logic is straightforward: if we cannot fully explain the origin and mechanics of existence, then perhaps there is a divine intelligence behind it. It appeals to our sense of wonder and the limitations of human understanding. For many, the sheer complexity of life and the cosmos seems to demand an intelligent designer. However, critics argue that invoking God to explain the unknown is a God of the gaps fallacy. As scientific understanding advances, phenomena once attributed to divine intervention, e.g., lightning or disease, are increasingly explained through natural laws. 2. The cosmological argument. The first cause. This argument suggests that everything that exists has a cause. Tracing this chain of causes backward must eventually lead to a first cause or an uncaused cause, which is identified as God. It provides a logical framework for addressing the origin of the universe. Even modern cosmology, with its Big Bang theory, leaves room for questions about what preceded or caused the Big Bang. However, critics point out that asserting a first cause as God raises further questions: what caused God? If God is eternal and uncaused, could the universe itself not share these properties? 3. The design argument. Evidence of purpose. This argument focuses on the apparent order and purpose in nature, from the fine-tuning of the universe to the complexity of biological systems. The conclusion: such design implies a designer. The intricacy and interdependence of life often inspire a sense of divine craftsmanship. It resonates with those who feel that randomness alone cannot account for such complexity. However, evolutionary biology and natural selection offer robust explanations for much of the apparent design in life, challenging the necessity of invoking a divine designer. There are limitations of logic and rationality. One of the key takeaways from my dinner conversation was that logical arguments, while valuable, cannot definitively prove or disprove God's existence. Faith, by its nature, transcends the limits of human reason. As a Christian, I embrace the reality that spiritual truths must often be discerned spiritually, not merely through intellectual analysis. Psalm 14 verse 1 says, "The fool says in his heart, there is no God." However, this verse, like others, cannot serve as proof to a skeptic. Quoting scripture to an atheist or agnostic may feel meaningful to a believer but falls short of establishing evidence in a universal sense. Instead, we must acknowledge that faith is a personal and experiential journey, often rooted in encounters beyond the grasp of logic. For the first 35 years of my life, I identified as a non-believer. My beliefs were shaped by a commitment to scientific inquiry and skepticism of anything that could not be empirically verified. Yet, over time, the combination of introspection and what I can only describe as a spiritual revelation led me to believe in God. This shift was not a rejection of reason but an expansion of my understanding to include the spiritual dimension of life. While my journey brought me to Christianity, I deeply respect those who arrive at different conclusions after thoughtful reflection. My atheist friend at dinner, for instance, who was once a minister. His transition to atheism came after years of study and soul-searching. Though I disagree with his conclusions, I admire his intellectual honesty and courage to question deeply held beliefs. This brings me to an essential question for all of us: have you arrived at your beliefs through conscious thought and introspection, or have you simply adopted the programming of your upbringing or community? Many fundamentalists, regardless of their faith tradition, cling to inherited beliefs without critically examining them. Yet true faith and true skepticism requires us to question, to doubt, and to seek understanding beyond surface-level assumptions. Whether you believe in God or reject the notion entirely, the journey matters as much as the destination. I believe that spiritual truths and rational inquiry are not mutually exclusive but complementary. Just as the physical world operates according to discernible laws like gravity, so too does the spiritual realm operate by its own set of principles. These principles may not be immediately apparent to empirical observation, but they can be experienced and lived out. Faith, for me, is not a blind leap but a trust grounded in both personal experience and a recognition of the limits of human understanding. While science seeks to uncover the how of existence, faith grapples with the why. Ultimately, the real test of any belief system lies in its fruits, how it shapes our lives, relationships, and sense of purpose. For me, faith in God has been transformative, guiding me from despair to hope, from scarcity to abundance. Whether you believe in God or not, the principles of self-reflection, gratitude, and intentional living can enrich your life in profound ways. The question of God's existence is as much about the search as it is about the answer. It invites us to engage with life's deepest mysteries, to explore the boundaries of reason and faith, and to reflect on our own beliefs with humility and curiosity. Whether you are a believer, a skeptic, or somewhere in between, I encourage you to continue the journey with an open heart and mind. Thank you for staying tuned, for thinking deeply, and for being willing to engage in this timeless conversation. Remember, the pursuit of truth is not a destination but a lifelong adventure. Let us walk it together with courage, respect, and wonder. May you find clarity, inspiration, and peace as you explore this profound question in your own life. Thank you, and may your journey be filled with wisdom and grace. And remember to be willing to give away something you possess to receive something you desire.